Welcome back to Midday Kentucky, everyone, with Dr. Perry Williams from Winchester Chiropractic is here in the studio talking all about vertigo. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Good to be here.
If you were like me at home and thought vertigo was caused by fear of heights and not quite understanding what vertigo is about, but I also know it's crippling for people who have vertigo. So explain to everyone at home to begin with, what is vertigo?
Yeah, so the best way to describe it, it's really a position where you feel like you're spinning like on a merry-go-round, or when the merry-go-round stops. And you get that, whoa, kind of that feeling where you just can't recover, or it's that issue. You guys were talking about the red wine, and we joke, but you're 100% correct. It is really debilitating for people to have it. So it is the feeling of spinning or the feeling of non-balance, if it were.
So before we get into what causes it, let's talk about what are the symptoms. So I can be sitting here, because I've had people who've said they've got vertigo. They look perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They look perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So how do we know if you have it or if one of your friends have it?
Well, you can't miss it. I mean, most people come into the office, and usually we love to co-treat with primary care physicians, so you can come directly for a non-musculoskeletal problem, but folks will actually have their hands on the walls because they can't even balance enough.
Really?
People will be on each arm. They'll be in a
severe?
Yes, they'll be on a wheelchair, and it is really, really debilitating for people that have it.
Well, let's get into how do you treat vertigo to begin with.
So the best thing to do is to I like to tell people, remember that vertigo or headaches or any of these kinds of things are symptoms. So they're not necessarily conditions in their own self. So it is a symptom that something is going on. So definitely
within the body.
Correct. And definitely want to hit your primary care physician first. I'm a big fan of co-treating with medical profession on this, because we all consider ourselves together on one team to try to help you. So if you came in with this problem, we would say, Troy, let's make sure medications are a big issue to look for, because a lot of people are on multiple medications these days. We want to make sure you're not having a drug-drug interaction. That's one of the first places that we'll look for, is something of that nature.
Okay, chiropractic ways. You've got to see the doctor. You've still got the issue.
Yeah.
Is it because you need to have your back realigned or hip fixed?
Yeah, so traditionally what you're going to find is it's going to be in one of these branches of nerves coming off to the side of the spine, the back of the spine.
So quite at the top.
Correct. Typically it's going to be in this very, very top area here in the bone called the atlas. So the top bone of the neck here, or the bottom is the parasympathetic branches, all are in this area, and we do have a lot of influence here. And the reason that I picked vertigo is we probably had 5 cases last week alone in this, and we're 4 for 5, so we don't fix 100% of them. That's why I tell folks, nothing's a cure-all. This is very, very poorly understood condition. There are other treatments, other manual providers, love physical therapists for this. There's a couple of adjusting techniques as well, which just involve rolling of the head for crystals and different kinds of things, but that's a little separate issue. So it is a little bit confusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's bring up this first image that we have of looking at the inner ear as well.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with vertigo and chiropractic? So
if anyone's ever had swimming ear or any kind of other ear conditions, either inner ear or outer ear, if you look on there, you can see the cochlea and the different nerves that come to the area. So it has to do with the body's ability to send messages to that nerve through the ear mechanism, and it tells you if you're upright, if you're down, if you're over, if you're so it's different than disequilibrium. Like if I have a blood pressure issue and I stand up from a seated position, or if I stand up from a chair or couch, then I might get that, whoa, you know, just a little dehydration. Could be that. It could be other things of like positional, like blood pressure. That's different than vertigo. Vertigo is getting a message sent to it that says we're trying to right ourselves, and we're always on that
Dr. Perry,
edge.
very quickly before we go, how long does it last if I come into your office with vertigo? Is it a 15-minute? Is it an hour symptom?
Oh, you mean the symptom or the adjustment?
Symptom.
The symptom can be ongoing for days and days and days. It's miserable.
Oh my gosh.
Miserable.
Oh my gosh.
But the good news is, if it's going to work, it works fast. Usually within 1 to 3, 1 to 5 treatments. It's either fixed or it's 58%.
So you'll know if you got vertigo.
No question about it.
Okay, that's what I was getting to. If you want to find out more information about Winchester Chiropractic, listen guys, this man has so much good information. Give them a call, 859-737-5800. And as you know, I come over every 3 weeks. I think you're amazing.
Well, you're good.
So thank you. Hey, straight ahead.